Hi kids, my name is Gio Benedetti and I'm here to show you how to draw Rabbi Akiva. Let's get started.
If I have to do Rabbi Akiva and I want to get a whole body on the page, I want it to fit inside of this kind of weird cone-shaped thing, because I'm going to have a head here and a robe coming down. So I'm going to start up here with the head, all right? And we're just going to start with, in this top part, just a circle for the head. When I make a human head, I split it in half. Now this line that goes down the middle will be where the nose goes, and this line is going to be where the eyes will go. And for Rabbi Akiva, let's give Rabbi Akiva a big nose. And that's just like a little hook shape. And then for the eyes, we're just going to do a little dot here on one side and a dot here on the other side. To get a little more cartoon-like detail for those eyes, I'm going to put a very gently curving line just over the top of the eye. It's not very wide. Look how it just on this side to just on that side. And then some bushy eyebrows. And now we'll make a little mouth. Let's put a shepherd's turban on Rabbi Akiva here. So we'll make a curved line. This is going to be the bottom part of our turban, okay? And it's going to look kind of like a banana, like an upside down banana. And the top of it is going to just be, it's going to look like fabric. Let's show a couple of lines on our little banana to show where the fabric has been folded. And then these lines will be some more, maybe one line coming in this way, one line coming in this way, to show where the fabric is creased and folded. Let's do a little ear on this side, a little ear on this side. Just little curved lines. And then here's the beard. So I'm gonna bring this line down here, and it's gonna connect up here. We do the same thing on this side. The hair comes down past the ear, and it'll go right up to the nose. And then it's gonna come down from the ear, down from the ear. There it is. We got a nice luscious beard. Lovely. And we can put some little marks in here to show where that beard is. Now we need to make the robe. So now here's where I kind of plan out the body. The body will probably be about that big. There's the body. And this will probably be the waist. There's the waist right there. Okay? Here's the neck. Should move everything down a little bit. All this stuff up here, I don't like those lines, but they were important for me to plan. So if you end up with lines that were helpful for planning but you're not going to use, so the robe is going to come down until it hits the belt. When it hits the belt, watch what I'm going to do. See that curve again? And then I'm going to do another one just below it. Go from this corner here to this corner here with a swooping curve. And I'll put some little crease lines for the fabric. To finish my robe, I'm going to go from the corner of my belt now. Maybe I'll curve it out a little bit and come down. Curve it out a little bit and come down. And then a wobbly bottom. I'm going to make some little crease lines where the fabric is being tucked into the belt. And I'll make a few crease lines down here where the robe would have maybe a fold or two in it. Maybe some more crease lines where the top is being tucked into the belt. Down at the bottom, I'm going to come out like this. And then up. Here's the heel. The heel comes back in towards the body just a little bit. And then coming out towards the toes. One big half circle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then if I do another line along the bottom, 2 curved lines across the top. Now my Rabbi Akiva is wearing a nice pair of sandals. This arm is going to hold a shepherd's staff. So watch what I'm going to do. Up here is where the shoulder is. The shoulder would come down. This is where the elbow would be. And then it would curve out. Here's the forearm. Now here's the robe, more fabric. This is going to follow the shape of the arm because the fabric would be resting right on top of the arm. This fabric would be draping below the arm. So this would just curve up nice and gently back to the body. Okay? And now over here, we're going to have an arm that's just going to be hanging by its side. He's not doing anything special with this arm. Here's our sleeve. That's the hand. So watch what we'll do. I'm just going to make a little circle and a nub. There's the circle for the fingers. This is just a little nub for the thumb. And then inside of that is where we make our staff. You can make it look like it's got like little bits of wood hanging off of it. If it's like a nice kind of straightish piece of wood that he found one day out in the fields. So the first finger, and then we're gonna have to round it off on each side. Rounding it off, rounding it off. Look what I'm doing. This is for grass. I want it to look like he's standing in a field, so I just do little zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Now this is still just with pencil, and there's still a lot of lines in here that I didn't use. Look at, I didn't use any of the lines down here for below his mouth. Doesn't that look better already? And all this stuff to show where the body ended, I didn't need those lines. I don't want there to be a line, because this is all a robe, and the fabric for the robe is one piece, so I don't want this line to go all the way up to the top. In fact, what we can do is we can put a few crease lines right here to show where the fabric would be creasing at the armpit. Maybe I'll put a few crease lines right here where the elbow is, that'll help. And then maybe here, a few crease lines to show where the folds of the fabric would bunch up as it falls down to his hand. Time to go over it with our marker. And then it'll really come to life. Here we go. I'll start at the top here. I'll start with that turban, and I'm just gonna follow those little crease lines that I made. Now, you have to remember, if you make a lot of pencil lines like I do, part of going over it with your pen is remembering which ones you wanted and which ones you didn't. There you have it. There's your Rabbi Akiva. To make a sheep, make a little cloud. See how I just connected all those curved lines? The legs of a sheep have wool to a point, and then not wool. Their heads start with wool on top, and then their heads come out. And their heads are kind of acorn shaped, and their noses go like this. We'll do one more version of the sheep. We'll do a little cloud of wool on the top of the head, and then it comes down, again, kind of like an acorn. The eyes are off to the side. And then the nose is going to be like this. Curve, curve, and down. And then the ears stick out like that. And then here's that little sheep cloud body. There's a little wool down here, and then, and the way that you make them look like they're standing in the grass is you just put some little dashes. Now on this side, we're gonna make a crowd of students. We'll start with the little shape that we drew for the turban. And then here's the fabric. Now watch what we'll do around it. We'll do a beard. Here's the beard around it. And here's the mustache. So here's the student's robe. And all I'm gonna do for feet here, right? Just a little bloop, bloop, two little triangles kind of sticking out. Maybe a belt, that'd be nice. Okay, so let's do another one here. This one will be slightly different. Now this robe is behind the first one, and then this belt will be wider. And now we use our trick. You ready for the trick? Here's the trick. We just draw circles. We're just gonna make it look like there's a big crowd of heads. Maybe they're also in the fields too. So you can still put some grass over by their feet. If you really don't like having the pencil marks behind your rabbi, you can get your eraser out and go right over your marker. Usually the marker will stay. Make sure it's dry. Ta-da, da-da-da-da-da. Now we're really, really done.
Well, that's it. Thanks so much for drawing Rabbi Akiva with me. Hope you had a great time, and so long.